EverDrive N8 is a little device that allows to play majority of the NES and Famicom games in one palm of your hands. It was originally developed by the company or the guy called Krix, who also made the various EverDrive for the various systems such as Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, and Game Boy, and so forth. I know there are some controversy with this cart, especially when it comes to the collectability when people are seeking into the retro gaming carts, but I think the collectability wise, it doesn't really matter if you own EverDrive for yourself. Especially the fact that the retro game prices in general and even some of the rare titles in general are going by the outrageous price nowadays anyway, so. Setting up the EverDrive is not really difficult. Plug the SD card into your computer, next go to the Krix website for the download tab, and get the latest EverDrive and OS for yourself. In this case, I will get the OS 15, that is the most recent version of the EverDrive OS. Once the download is complete, simply drag the OS and your ROM file in your any arrangement. I prefer to arrange in the alphabetical orders, but it doesn't really matter how you arrange it. Now your EverDrive is ready to go, so just simply pull out the SD card and put it into the SD card slot of your EverDrive cartridge. Once you boot up the EverDrive, you will get to see the green, blue screen, and then it will lead you to the main menu. Now you can choose what games you would like to play. Pressing the B button will select the ROM file or the menu selection of your own. Pressing the A button will go back to the previous menu. Pressing a Start button will load the previous game that you played. In addition to that, you can also check the ROM information, whether the ROM file itself, the mapper, supports with the OS that you installed it to the SD card. Select button will bring up the additional menu screen where you can access into the built-in game genie, the device info for your OS, the mapper information, on which mapper supports with the OS. The list of games also can be found on the Krix website, and also the basic information about the EverDrive itself and basic control scheme for controlling the menu. You also get the additional option menu for the audio mix volume, file sorting, resetting the game, swapping the A-B button, save state feature, and also a load state feature. The game compatibility wise, I haven't really got into much issue. Majority of the games, whether it was a US title or the Japanese title or the most notable title, seems to work fine for the 98% of the time. Surprisingly, the game that uses special sound chip tunes such as the Akumajou Densetsu Japanese version of Castlevania 3 works perfectly fine with the perfect soundtrack, although on the clone system the soundtrack seems to be a little off, which is a disappointment, but hey, at least it works perfectly fine on the official hardware. However, the games like Mr. Gimmick, where it used FME 7 sound chip tune for the additional soundtrack, seems to have a little soundtrack off from this EverDrive while running the ROM file through the EverDrive, which even the sound effect has been turned off throughout the whole game, which was a bit of a disappointment. However, the game works still perfectly fine without the sound though. The unlicensed game or the pirated games with the bigger mapper size, such as Cardfire or any of the Wisdom Tree game, also seeming to work pretty fine. With that being said though, some of the Korean unlicensed games weren't able to support the mapper for this OS as well. And to be honest, with my surprise, the games like Cheetahman 2 or Action 52 did not run at all on this system. The EverDrive also allows you to run some of the ROM hacks, homebrew titles, and plenty more. Depends on whether the ROM file itself is suitable for the OS unit for the EverDrive. The EverDrive also allows you to play the Famicom Disk System game. It also includes the actual boot-up screen from the Famicom Disk System as well. For the games-wise, the games like Super Mario Bros. 2 seem to work fine. It had no problem running it. Legend of Zelda, the Famicom Disk System version, also seemed to work fine. However, playing it on the clone system, the additional Famicom Disk System sound chip will be turned off. However, for Famicom Disk System, it's not always perfect though. The games like Kaiteki Mario Bros, I had trouble running it like few times at first, but at the third try, it actually worked perfectly fine. For some games, it seems pretty hopeless to work. It doesn't work at all. I tried the game called Tama and Friends and ended up being glitched up at the end of the result. Overall, EverDrive is a unique device to allow you to play majority of the Famicom or NES games on one go. If you're not a huge collector of yourself, but you still want to play the retro games, this should be a perfect device for you. That's all it is for today. Thanks for watching.